Okay, can you see and hear me okay? Can you see my screen? Just want to make sure that you've got it and that you can hear me, and then we can get going. Good, okay. Just going to warm us up for the week ahead. And so I'm just going to go through my chart library. So what have we got here? We've got major support here on the DAX 5 minutes. This is from, just trying to think, this is from a while back, isn't it? 12.56, yeah. So we came into this Euro session with previous night holding overnight, so late in the day, tea time, overnight, and then into the morning. Gap fill up here, so then we just approached the gap fill, pulled back, and then ran. So 1, 2, 3 during the day, and then a 1, 2, 3 later in the day. Okay, so just worth thinking about what we're trying to do with Scalper School. We're just trying to buy support and sell resistance in if you want to put it down to some small detail. Open trading range, so just looking to work with these gap levels and combine them with the open trading range. This one worked well from the point of view that I think I remember this one. I was shorting here and got stopped out, and they did the drop. So what I didn't do is pay enough attention to the gap, because that ceiling was 970 and that gap fill was 978. So I just needed to have the confidence to just get short at the 78 and then potentially wait for that drop. It did get one later in the day, midday. It's probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Okay, so I just wanted to, I've got these set up so that I can remind myself, just have a look back at some of the better setups. This took all day. Euro yen. This is a tough one. This is definitely a tougher one. We pushed up, did well into the open, looked okay as London Open, then dropped. Again, 11, 12 o'clock. These are classic reversal periods. Pushed down, and eventually we did the gap fill just into the London close. 260, yeah, not a lot of pips in that, only about a 40-50 pip range. Euro yen again, and this has not been the easiest markets. Last week was, I thought, there's so many ranges going on. I'll show you one that did move well at the end on Friday, which I didn't catch. I saw it too late. But Euro yen, where are we? So this is Central European Open. This is London. Looks as if it's about to drop out of the sky, then pushes above the range and drops down. I think this is, this is last week as well. So we didn't even do a gap fill. So this one's, but I think this is particularly tough. It's good looking at some tough ones occasionally, I think. This is cleaner. Oh, pound US, yeah. This one, I think you need to be really to catch this one. It was actually a good move over 4 or 5 hours. 100 pips in all if you really sat in it and were very patient. So we're coming, the key from this one, this is always something I've picked up on a lot in the past with you. This was the previous day's low, this 348. I think it's one of the early bars, I think about a third of the 15-minute bar into the third 15-minute bar into the open. Closes under 348 and then drops close to 250. So you can see it looked okay. It was a very narrow range, wasn't it? I think it just needed to be wide awake to the fact that we were failing yesterday's low, and just once we got short, I guess it didn't even pull back, did it? So that was a tough one as well. So just need to, if the open trading range isn't doing it for us, we need to really make sure we pick up on what's happening on the 15-minute chart. This is Dow, I think. Is it Dow? I haven't labelled these, have I? Must be Dow. Yeah. So looks good. Pushes up into that. That's no. This is not Dow. Don't know what it is anyway. Looks good. Starts with a nice positive bar. 2 bars later, we hesitate, get the drop, little move into the open trading range, and then we start the sell process. And then we get, so we go through the gap fill, through the 200 moving average, but we don't quite fade. So it's harder work when you don't actually do a proper fade. And I think that's been very much the name of the game last week. We weren't getting the clean moves. Okay, so this is better because the 200-day moving average was closer. Nice high stochastics. 200-day moving average above your 5-minute chart, and then down she comes. A lot of support when that pushes up. I remember this one, yeah. I remember this one. I was hesitating to buy this. Didn't take the pullback to 623 and missed it. And there we go. Right, let's have a quick look back at, let's look at where we are now. I'll talk to you about, hang on one moment. This is the Dow today. So we've poked close to the 15-minute extension, just got shy of it for about a 50 pip drop. 946. Yeah, I did about a 45, did about 55 pip drop from top to bottom. I think this was definitely shortable once you start breaking the 930. Pound yen, yeah, very, very thin trading. That is today's close, and that is the fibs on today's action. So not very good. Again, thin on pound yen as euro yen as well. Let's do a quick look at the 60-minute charts, and just to get an idea of some anchor points that we could scalp from. So if I call up I'll keep the 15-minute charts on. Let's keep the 1 hour. Get the 1 hour chart. So what I was going to talk to you about on this one is I lost my bearings once. Hold on one moment. What have I done with my? For some reason, I've lost my Sunday open marker. Don't know where that's gone. That's not it. Let's get rid of that. Right, I have to put it back. And so, just marking up the Sunday open is there. Now you can see all we're doing is gravitating. So we looked okay in. Oh no, that's overnight, isn't it? Got a buy signal down here at 174. Eventually pushed into 222, and here we are just drifting lower. So actually, that's very similar to last week's open. Last week we opened at 208 and we performed much better. Into the European Open we pushed up from that level slowly, I grant you, very slowly. Very small moves. What was it, 40 pip move over a good few hours. And then eventually on Tuesday we came back to retest it in the afternoon. And that wasn't until Wednesday, after the Euro session, we actually got a move. So what I'm going to say to you is just watch out for this level here. If we close above 225, we could see a good move. Otherwise, at the moment, we are actually under the cosh slightly. We just closed on this little intra-week trend line. But unless we close back above 225 tomorrow, we could just roll over. And you can see on, yeah, we keep tapping into Friday's low, sorry. So if I now get this one ready, I can update this. I think overall, I'll talk about daily charts in a minute, because overall I think this one's probably one of the better daily charts. Actually, it's a thin range, isn't it? I'm just going to put the high and the low on. We're only talking about 35, 75 pips. Okay, getting a nice little push into this close. Okay, let's do the same with the pound yen. Wow, it's incredibly volatile, isn't it? So if I strip the 60 minutes fibs off, you can see we've just been toying with this bar as well. So I'm looking for a close above 875 tomorrow for this to really do something. That's UK inflation, I think, biggest piece of data. Let's go through the data lineup. Tomorrow is really hectic. We've got a Bank of England speaker at 9:15. Then we've got the data coming out. We're looking for a strong inflation number and slightly higher year-on-year house prices. Then we've got German economic sentiment at 10. Another UK speaker at 10:15. And Euro inflation at 11. Carney at 11:15. It's a lot of speakers, a lot of data tomorrow. So we need to be careful. The rest of the week is fairly light. We've got UK jobs on Wednesday. Chinese GDP, that's going to be a big one. Chinese GDP very early morning Thursday. So UK inflation, UK jobs are the big ones. And what I think we might see is we might see a push up for inflation. And possibly a drop if the jobs doesn't support the rise. So we close above 870 in the morning and then open and close above 934. Bear in mind that's not that big a gap. We could really motor. Overall, you can see, I don't know why I've got all this stuff on here. Overall, you can see we are really range bound. Once we had this big push early September, we've just not been doing a whole heap on this. Last week we had a good push up midweek. So at the moment we've got the 200-day moving average and the Sunday open. So I want to see that hold and it close above 900 on the pound yen. On the, that's a big bar, I don't know what's going on. 832. Yeah, it's a good sudden 40 pip move on that one. Yeah, I think these are the two main charts to look at. Just what really watching what these Sunday opens can do for us tomorrow. Otherwise, I have been watching US dollar yen. That's picking up in a similar way. I've got weekly on my other chart as well. I think the other ones that could really do something. Let's look at Euro Yen daily. Let's look at some daily charts. You can see why I like this Euro Yen. This trend line kicks off from June, gets touched in August and September, and here we are with a hammer-like bar just on the bottom of this channel. So we could, if we get going, I think next stop is 135, and if that consolidates and holds, we could ultimately go to the top of the channel at 140. Euro Yen. We are sitting above this mid-July high, dipped underneath it, closed back above it, looking neutral to strong. So any push into, may get a little stop run at 785, back down to this support basically, then we could ultimately go to 155, 157 if we can get going. DAX, a weak start. We got very low volume up here. This is that big channel I've drawn out. Yeah, now we're on the now we've broken down and we're just kissing the underside of this channel. So I think I said at the weekend video, I think we need a good push lower. I think it's coming. I think we very fragile closes and a strong euro could knock that off its ledge. So if we start seeing some shorting into 35 again and 50 up here, even lower on this 15-minute chart says even at 20 to 25. So I will be marking that up and seeing if we can get a short into these highs tomorrow. Particularly with all that data I said is coming out. Yeah, it's European inflation tomorrow. I think a strong euro could knock this DAX off its pedestal. And the Dow is just sitting up here on low volume as well. So, excuse me, I'm nervous about what these markets are doing at the moment, coming up here on low volume. And that's what we're watching out for. Just keeping a very close eye on these Aussie pairs as well. Obviously, we're going to be looking at the pound yen tomorrow anyway. But I think this could be getting ready to leg up as well. Yeah, we need to get some of that volatility back because this market is just painful at times. Last week it was, I just lost money on the DAX. Didn't trade the DAX properly at all. Hardly surprising, given that it's been so pathetic. But I guess the answer to that is, why were you trading it, Mike? Good question. I think I'll look for some short signals tomorrow. Otherwise, I just need to back off from it, I think. Yeah, either this needs to break one way or the other, and I think the path of least resistance is down, given that we're so high. It could well be. Yeah, this is what there's a lot of. I know a lot of talk about falls in this market. What we've got here is we've got a rising market on the back of very low volume and an increase in the number of companies reducing their earnings estimates. So we've got a rising market on what should be a weaker market based on fundamentals. So, but I think that what's happening is there's just so much money sloshing around after all this easing from different parts of the economy. It's not just our economy or the US. Well, you're all over the Asian and European and American economy. So much money sloshing around, it's just chasing prices up. So that's why I'm looking for some good inflation numbers coming through in Europe and the UK to push the pound and the euro up. The US inflation that came in, was it last week, was pretty tame. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is, unless you've got any other questions, yeah, I think if the euro and the pound does really kick in, I mean, I've already talked about the FTSE. I think this FTSE is possibly one of the first ones to short. I mean, the daily here, that was Thursday's close, Friday's close. This is actually, it's almost a sell signal. If we close, when do the futures close? So this, so the futures close at 7. We've got a sell signal. This is a sell signal because when the cash market closed, this is engulfed Friday's bar. So to me, based on the London close, that's actually a sell signal. So I think if we get a strong euro tomorrow, we could get a nice short on the DAX. The DAX daily, as we just talked about, is very fragile up there, really fragile. So I'm not suggesting that we're going to get any sort of real crash. What I'm suggesting is that we are due a pullback. The 87 hard drop kicked off at this point. So I am on my guard to look for lower levels. I think what I'll do is, if you have any other questions, anything else you want to go through, let's just have a quick flick through the hourly and daily markets. I was looking for a sell signal. If gold gets up to the 1340 mark, I would look for that to sell. Weak close on that one. Ooh, very weak. Yeah, the normal sort of close on oil is about now. This is getting some sell signals in this early part of the week. Just coming up for 7:30. That's the old pit close for oil. So unless that starts picking up into late US, early Asian period, that looks as if that is not going to survive. Yeah, so we're seeing some dollar strength here. US dollar CAD's holding up. US dollar CAD's right at the top of the channel on this daily chart. We started this channel in April. We really started to proper format from July down to September. So if we close by 125 here, we could see 130. US dollar CAD. FTSE we talked about. So FTSE, I would look for, let's put the Sunday open on this. I thought we'd done this Sunday open, I don't know why that's gone. Alright, we actually opened there. So we sold from there at 2 o'clock this afternoon, not very much, 75.50, about 25, yeah, so I started shouting this short middle of last week. And yeah, that's definitely an area I would look to short tomorrow, 75.47. I think the potential for this, I think the potential of all of them's short. We'll just see what we wake up to. What could trigger this is the Chinese data later in the week on Thursday. So we'll look at that. Right, it's past. Unless you've got anything you want me to look at, any other charts you're interested in? Otherwise, I'll just pack up and just get ready for tomorrow. Really. Oil, okay. Yeah, that's a good one to talk about. Let's take this mess off. Start thinking about what oil is doing. So that's the 2017 highs and the 2017 lows. That's a 42 to 56, give or take a few cents here or there. Let's see if there is a reason to sell this. Also based on so we're definitely struggling. It's a high stochastic reading. This time of year, trying to think. Where are we? Mid October, aren't we? What happens normally? Yeah, so this time last year we dropped right back. We had a very similar chart pattern this time last year. So literally almost the same sort of dates we started selling. I just wonder if oil could just go a little bit higher. US inflation. Hang on. No, we had US inflation. It's just European. We're a bit lighter on US data this week. This CAD inflation. Actually, I think, yeah, that's the main marker, isn't it? Look. So we're just, if we can hold above 51.80, 52, we may even be able to go and see 2017 highs. But typically this time of year, I would expect, I think if we push into 52.50 and sell, I think this could really drop right back. Let's fib the 2017 range. Yeah, we're just coming to the top of the zone, aren't we? 52, 55. I'll just do that slightly more accurately. Are you trading oil? That is we're right at the top of the range with a very fragile market this year. That looks to me as if it may start to roll over. Right, okay. I think that any push into 52, 40, 50 tomorrow with a sell signal in the 1 hour. Yeah, look, we've done a 127 extension almost. The highs were just shy of that 127 extension at 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock. So it's all down to 52. We start closing under 52, under last week's highs, 51.97, and this is toast. So I'd watch the hourly for this, and I would certainly be inclined to sell at 52. It might even be worth, even start shorting tomorrow at 52.44. Let's see where that one goes. I'm seeing a lot of dollar strength. That's quite a decent drop from 13.04 today. Taken a couple of hours. Yeah, I think oil and gold looks as if it's in for a rough ride. I'll tell you what we've had. We've had some budget data, haven't we? Hang on. I think we've had some budget data. That's why I've seen some volatility in the markets, I think. Oh, no, they've taken that item off. They've changed the line up and taken the budget off. There's been a lot of news coming out. There's been some North Korean news. Theresa May is reportedly against to oppose a 20 billion Brexit divorce bill. Shale regions. Yeah. Seeing a lot of, this gold's really dropping quite nicely. Dollar strength. So we might see, I tell you what, if this UK inflation number is weak tomorrow, then this could drop quite hard. So this 267 and I don't understand what's. Oh yeah, no, I have done this. Have I done this right? Yeah, I've done this right. I know what I've done. I've got that wrong. That's it. Yeah, so it's 306. has sold today. So that's a sell signal. A new high in this little move, close below next day. That's a sell signal. Right. I think I will leave it for there, and I will just pick up on these levels in the pound, euro, and the gold and the oil as the week unfolds. And okay, so this 52 at the moment is holding on the oil, but you know, push into resistance at 52.50. Could see that roll over. All right, I'll see you in the room tomorrow. Yeah, we can talk about these charts again if we get a quiet period and start to look at some entries for tomorrow. All right, thanks for joining me, guys, and see you then.